a good example of sort of how these cognitive biases can work together is the availability bias plus the Dunbar number leads to Dumbaring, right? So this is a term that Adam came up with for mixed mental arts. So yeah, tell us about Dumbaring.
Well, Dunbar. So the Dunbar number is that we can't help but be reductive in how we assess groups that we're not familiar with, and so we will. The moment we find one example of a group, that now is our proxy for the group, and just being aware that that is probably not going to be representative is helpful. When we think that that has captured kind of the extent and essence of all the members of that group, then that really is kind of dumb. And particularly when that first example is brought to us by a media that has a vested interest in kind of getting clicks,
disaster porn.
Right. So that's just kind of a riff off Dunbar and calling it Dumbar.
So I love that.
Yeah. So an example is like, if your only exposure to Arabs is ISIS, then you're like, man, Arabs are crazy. And the point is, no, ISIS is crazy, and the majority of Arabs are not like ISIS.
My favorite is whenever I hear people who are, educated and intelligent, and having grown up in the Arab world for 8 years of my life, I'll hear them say things like, they don't treat human life, they don't respect human life the way we do over here. Human life is cheap over there. It's just cheap. Oh, is it really? Is that right? You think human beings it's fine to die? Yeah, my dad died and my kid died, but that's human.
What's that based on?
Yeah, well, we have evolved to, we have broken up. It's very easy for human beings. We are tribal apes. We're bipolar apes, and we're also apes that break people into us versus them. We've had to. It goes back to the Dunbar number in some ways, in that you can only keep 150 people in your brain at one time, and you almost have to lump people into groups. And Hunter always says that's inevitable, but you want to be able to stereotype better than you do.
That's right.
Right, and you don't want to fall for. And as you learn more from, like your book does a great job of this, as you learn more about how your brain works, you'll be able to check yourself before you start to stereotype in a very typical human evolutionary way. Because a lot of this, I mean, Adam, your book is important because a lot of this is kind of outsmarting your instincts, outsmarting your evolution, right? I mean, being aware of how you've evolved and realizing that the way you have evolved may not be very good for the 21st century economy if you want to be innovative, which really means if you want to succeed.